So, Arisha, you'd think that by now people would know that they gotta be careful about what they post online because people will read into everything.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't even know how else to agree with that.
Yeah.
You could just post a picture of the sky and people are like, well, turns out the apocalypse is coming. Blake Lively posted the sky. That's what that means.
Yeah. So the latest panic online comes to us from fitness guru Richard Simmons. He posted a very rare message on his social media yesterday, and it just freaked people out.
Yeah, his post caused a lot of panic among his fans. But as it turns out, when it comes to what Richard was trying to say, we all got it dead wrong.
Yeah, we did. From Wondery, I'm Brooke Sifrin.
And I'm Arisha Skidmore-Williams. It's Tuesday, March 19th.
And you're listening to Rich and Daily. So Richard Simmons may not be making fitness videos anymore, but he is still finding a way to keep us on our toes. So
that heart rate up.
Yeah. So Richard's best known for his at-home aerobic videos like Sweatin' to the Oldies, which were huge in the 80s and at Arisha's birthday parties.
Both very true. Yeah.
That's where they can mostly be found.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
A staple, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a party if you're not sweating to the oldies.
Exactly.
While
or watching
eating
other
pizza.
people sweat to the oldies.
Important distinction. Yeah.
But I will say he's been very quiet. He's been very off the grid for a while now. And we did talk about this back in January. So back then, he emerged to tell us that he hadn't given Pauly Shore his blessing to play him in a film. And now he's back in the headlines for a kind of bizarre post that he just made. So yesterday on his X and Facebook, he wrote, "I have some news to tell you. Please don't be sad. I am dying. Oh, I can see your faces now. The truth is, we all are dying. Every day we live, we are getting closer to our death." Just really uplifting stuff.
When I log on to social media, I need more content like this.
Yeah.
The world isn't sad enough.
I mean, Facebook and X remind me every day that we're dying. So I don't need a post from Richard Simmons to tell
Well, I
me
just
that.
like how succinct it is. It's like very clear instead of being like, oh, the environment is crumbling around us. It's like, no, he's very straightforward. We're all dying. We're basically dead. Underneath his post, Richard wrote a long string of messages encouraging people to enjoy life to the fullest. He also added a few nutritional tips and plugged his old workout videos on YouTube, which, once a businessman, always a businessman. Richard also wrote, "There is something else very important that you must do. Tell the ones that you love them. Hug those people and children who you really care for." And he ended it with, "If you have time, I want you to listen to a terrific song. It is by Tim McGraw. It is called Live Like You Are Dying. Live today and don't forget to pray." Interesting
message. So this post just sent fans into a tailspin.
Yeah.
So even though Richard's been out of the public eye for a while, and there are, of course, many wild theories about why, so many people still love this guy, like understandably so. So after they read his post about dying, it did not take long for fans to respond to this.
Yeah, over on X, someone wrote, "Know that you will be remembered as someone who led by example and tried to make things better. I hope your journey into the next stage of life is painless and comfortable while being surrounded by those that share your love." And another person wrote, "Sir, I didn't know you were sick, but I do know you are the most sincere star I've ever met. Bless you and all you've done for the world." And then someone tried to rope Oprah into this by tagging her in a post. The post said, "Richard, you are so loved. I hope you know that. You gave so much to so many for so many years. My only wish is that you might consider letting us give back to you. At Oprah, would you consider hosting an event to honor Richard?" Can you imagine?
Sick and tired of every time something happens, people being like, "You should get Oprah to do something. Like, let's call Oprah." Like,
is this happening regularly? I've never heard of this happening. It seems like absurd.
When Britney came out of her conservatorship, everyone was like, "Sit down with Oprah," as if that's going to change the world. Look what happened to Tom Cruise when he sat down with Oprah. That's how we all found out he was off his rocker. So it's not always a good thing.
That was the only indication.
Yep, no one knew before. So on X alone, Richard got almost 1,000 reactions from people wishing him well and expressing their condolences. But it turns out that this was nothing to get our panties in a twist about, because a few hours after the post saying he was dying, Richard posted again to clarify what he really meant by it.
There's a part of me that really hopes his publicist was on him and was like, listen, you're not getting enough likes. Like, come on. You've got to up your social media game. And he was like, okay, how's this?
Yeah, because we all know that likes on X pay the bills.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Just ask good old Elon.
Yeah.
So Richard wrote on X, sorry, many of you have gotten upset about my message today. Even the press has gotten in touch with me. I am not dying. It was a message about saying how we should embrace every day that we have. Sorry for this confusion. Love, Richard. So even his spokesperson, Tom Estee, tried to set the record straight in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter. He told them, I can confirm with 100% certainty that Richard is not dying. He is, in fact, very healthy and happy. The sole purpose of the post was meant to be inspirational. Inspired all of us.
I got that from like the rest of his post.
Yeah.
But starting it with like, don't be sad, I'm dying. Like that part made it seem like he really was. The stuff that followed was like, oh, he's spreading an inspirational message. If he wouldn't have done that part at the front.
Well, that's the thing about an audience. You need to pull him in, and he knows that. How do you think he had such a successful franchise sweating to the oldies? Yeah. You grab him, and then you keep them.
Right. You should teach a class. Business? Yeah, that's some good stuff.
I'll tag it onto your accent class. Once you know how to do accents,
2 for 1.
I'll tell you how to get an audience to listen to you talk in an accent.
I also think it would be absolutely unhinged if someone made a post that they were actually dying, and then in the comments were like, also, here's the food pyramid. Make sure you get all your vegetables in every day.
Well, okay, if I was dying because I had solely eaten Reese's for my whole life, maybe I would post that to be like, don't make my mistake. Reese's aren't on here.
Although I will say the food pyramid is on your side when it comes to milk, and so I immediately just disregard that thing.
Well, it's weird because they got rid of the food pyramid. It's now a food circle.
Good. It's dumb.
If they still have it, it's even worse. Come on, who wants to eat in a circle? That's what plates are for.
And the
pyramid was more fun.
And it's also pizza, as we know.
Yeah. Richies that are listening, we just signed pizza. Sign language we learned watching Switch at Birth.
Yep. Great class for sign language, that show, if you want to learn.
We could actually add that on and make it a 3-fer.
Yeah. But all in all, listen, I'm glad Richard's not dying.
Yeah. It's interesting because most of the time I'd be like, oh, this was calculated. But Richard seems a little too innocent.
I know. I wonder
he was just like, oh, yeah, this is inspiring. I'm going to share this with my friends and followers.
Yeah. I do wonder, like, what led him there, because he doesn't really say much, you know? Like, he's just sitting around being like, I should do this today.
We haven't heard about him in years, and now we've heard about him twice in 3 months.
I know.
That's interesting.
Got a new publicist.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I wonder if he heard Live Like You're Dying by Tim McGraw, like just randomly. He was like, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to get online and I'm going to post this. Yeah. And it could have, I mean, I guess he still got the point across, just in a roundabout way that got us all up in arms.
I just got to say, if I posted every time I heard a song that really moved me, I would be posting every 10 minutes. It's because I'll like hear a song and be like, oh my God, yes, I can do anything I want. Or I'll hear a song and be like, oh, love, it really does tear you. Like anything. I'm so easily influenced by music. Just like Richard.
But instead, you get on Facebook and you go to the Buy Nothing group.
You know what? We all have to cope somehow.
That's true. From Wondery, I'm Brooke Ziffrin.
And I'm Arisha Skidmore-Williams. This is Rich and Daily.
See you tomorrow, Richies. If you like our show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you're listening right now.
Be sure to follow us on all socials, at Arisha Skidmore-Williams and at Brooke Ziffrin. We love to connect with you.